Okay, good day. So today we've got the Winchester Model 94 3030. Just a gun that I found that the first time taken apart is a little bit of a challenge. There's just so many moving parts in them. So I guess I'll show you a video on how to disassemble the back half of the gun and reassemble it, of course. So we'll get right into it. So this first bolt here, it holds your furniture to your gun, and you want to pop that out. I've already loosened it. You just pop your stock right off of there. And then so here you've got your lower tang. You can see it's held on by a single screw, and your hammer and your trigger both attached to that, obviously. So this screw right here we want to start with, and if you cock the hammer back, it takes a little bit of tension off that, makes it a lot easier to get out. So take this screw out, throw it aside, and then your whole lower tang will just slide out through the bottom like that. Now I don't really mess around with taking this apart too often. It is a pain with that big mainspring, so for cleaning purposes you really don't need to do it. Alrighty, so your next step will be this bolt right here. It holds on to your lever, and so we'll just take that right out of there, and it'll get things all loose so we can detach the lever from the bolt. Alright, so you take that out, and you'll see that this will come right out just like that. Alright, this next screw right here is a cap for your pin that holds your lever to your bolt, and so you take that out and you close this right back up there just like so, and it will be exposed there. I don't know if you can see that. So you flip her over to the side with your feed gate, and you will notice a small access hole. So mine's pretty loose, so I don't need to tap it or anything, but if you get those holes lined up and ram your punch through there, it should fall right out the bottom. So you'll notice with this pin, one side is more chamfered than the other, and I was always told that the chamfered end goes in first. Now I don't know why, but I do it religiously anyways. So flip the gun back over, and then you should be able to take your lever and everything right off, and then of course your bolt comes out as follows. You do have to make sure your lifter arm here is down. So there's your bolt. Alright, so you do have some other screws on here. You know, there's this one here holds on your gate, and this one over here holds on your lifter arm. These two I believe are pre-mounted or pre-drilled for a scope to go on, and the rest of them you really don't need to worry about it for cleaning. Alright, so there's your gun disassembled the back half. Alright, so putting this thing back together, we'll go right backwards from where we started. So want to get your lifter arm down, slide your bolt in. Alright, lifter arm goes halfway up again, and then most of this you can install in one piece. I find it a little bit easier if you put this part in first. Feed him into place, and then you want to match this arm right here back up to where you took that pin out of the bolt. So you can move your bolt back a little bit to get that, and as you're moving it back, you can feel it fall in, and you will, you will at the same time line these two pieces up. Now, kind of as a full disclaimer here, I'm not a gunsmith, nor do I claim to be. I'm more of an enthusiast, really, but I find, why pay someone to clean your rifle when you can just figure it out yourself? Alright, so you get that back in with the bolt, and then you'll have to situate it so in where you took the bolt or the pin out, you just line those holes right back up again. There you go, and you want to just remember with that pin again, the chamfered end goes in first. And mine goes in pretty easy, but you might have to tap it. But if everything's lined up, you shouldn't have to wrap on her too much. Alright, so everything's connected there. And you just pull your lever back and put the whole housing to it right back in. Put that screw right back in there, just so it holds together. And then I like to put on that cap to the pin again. That way you don't lose it as you're going. So close that up. You can tighten that screw. Alright. And then all you have left again is your lower tang. So that part, right from the bottom, you can slide it right back up in there and get your holes lined up, drop your screw in, and give her a tighten. You don't have to worry too much about this spacing here, as it will move freely even after it's tightened. Alright. Just like that. And so this part here, of course, you want to reinstall your furniture. Make sure that is tight. And then you can run your your bolt back in there. And that's pretty well it.